Hey, compare, ci posso una...
What's up?
I'm also here.
I don't know if the mic is turned on, is it?
No.
Do we want it on?
Yes.
I think so.
Okay.
Does that sound good? Does that sound does that make a difference at all?
Yeah.
Alright, how's everybody feeling?
Woo!
Thank you guys so much for making it out tonight. Very excited. We got a raffle. I don't know if anyone knows about the raffle, but it's the greatest thing ever. We got snacks, we got candy, we got all really cool gifts by who, babe?
Haywire Art.
Haywire Art is doing the gifts in the raffle. So clap it up for Haywire Art.
Hey.
Hey, do you want to introduce each other maybe so people know who the fuck we are?
Oh, that's right. My name is Ian Monaco. This is Alex Toy.
Hey, what's up? I'm Alex Toy. There's only one microphone.
Exactly. We're gonna be doing it like a radio show here.
Two
Here,
guys, one mic.
you get here.
Do you want to like each face the microphone like this?
Do it.
This is gonna be
Half
fun.
men.
It's as if we don't even have an audience.
I know. We don't even have to look at
I like this because it's like the Andrews sisters. You know, like we got a kind of like doodly doo thing. You know the Andrews sisters.
I don't. Explain who they are to me right
So
now.
they're a group of women who may have been sisters, may not have been. I'm not sure. Imagine like if the woman from Ruby's Diner.
No.
Imagine you ever been to like, the 50s?
Oh, I know like the no butt thing is like we're not supposed to do that, but you have not mentioned.
I know. I'm not getting
know.
anything here.
You have
at
not
all.
mentioned a single thing I know.
There
Yep.
were 3 white ladies in the 40s who sang and did a little snapping,
Okay.
and they had the hair that did this.
Okay.
You know, like the hair.
And that's what we're doing with the microphone.
That's
right now.
exactly what we're doing. They would stand around the microphone like this. We have the hair. We're gonna be doing a little bit of the like. You
This
know.
was a very long road to a very short destination.
Oh, we don't even have close to a point, buddy. We're. There's not even. You know. This is just us.
This is just us. Like,
This is us
this
being
wasn't
us.
planned. This is prov, baby.
This is Prague, baby.
Yeah.
Yes, in, yes, in. So there's gonna be a lot of good comedians tonight. We're all very excited about it. The neighbors have no idea that we've decided to do this. So.
It looks like your neighbor's holding up a sign. I imagine it says "Shut up."
Well, one time actually, I was on my fire escape up there, and I was just like on a Zoom call and talking very loudly because I don't know about you guys, but it's hard to talk quietly sometimes, especially when you get excited. And the dude comes out of that door there, and he goes, "Hey, neighbor," and I go, "Huh?" Because I respond to white, and he's like, "It's true, do you not?" Wasn't it? I don't know. He's white. He's got glasses. I was right about my story, and then you made that reaction, and I'm all tripped up. Anyway, he's like, "Could you? I'm on a call too. Could you keep it down?" And I gave him a nice little thumbs up, and I realized I just didn't even have like a thought in the situation. Like I just said thumbs up and went down to it. I was like, shit. I didn't even try to fight back.
Well, that's nice. That's accommodating.
The point that I'm trying to make is that at some point he might actually tell us to shut up, and it's gonna make for a way better show if he does.
It's gonna make for a way quieter show. And to be honest, I'm not 100% sure anyone can hear us.
Yeah, what's up with the mic?
I don't know. Is the mic not working?
Oh,
there
no,
it is.
you got it.
Yeah, you started talking.
We got it.
We might want to go maskless for
Also-
this.
No,
Like,
you
hold
should
on.
cover on if you
Nuh-uh.
do.
Cover
on.
I got my cover.
Let's also
I
move
got
the
my little
mic
mic condom.
back.
Nobody eat
A
it.
little.
Ooh, no. Wow, that's a tight seal.
There we go.
All right.
what you
there,
want.
I don't know if anyone recognizes these mic covers, but they're actually NBC's mic covers they used during the Thanksgiving Day parade. This is the one that Al Roker used 2 years ago, I want to say, but it was before COVID, so it doesn't have any germs.
These were also purchased new. They're not literally Al Roker's mic covers.
They are Al Roker's mic covers. He keeps them in a box in his closet, one from each year, and it's like a wine cellar situation with him, except they're all microphone covers, and one microphone. I don't know this. I've never been to Al Roker's house, but I've seen pictures.
You see pictures of Al Roker's house?
Yeah,
Like on Trulia? Like you're in the market?
I don't know what the word you said was.
It's
but
an
I
app
am-
that people use to buy homes. I'm suggesting that
I
Al
am.
Roker...
I am interested in buying Al Roker's home.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. No, it's Craigslist.
Okay.
It's the same.
A different app.
It's a different app, exactly. It's the same
I
kind of
love the
concept.
idea that Al Roker has posted his home on Craigslist. As if he doesn't have, one, someone to handle this for him, and two, a better system than Craigslist.
Absolutely not. Have you? Because he's trying to appeal to the proletariat. You know what I mean? He doesn't want to
He,
be
wa-
up
he,
there.
wa- he wants us to think, yeah, he's one of us. He's a commoner.
He's one of the guys.
I'm
you know?
Al Roker.
I'm
a
Al
guy,
Roker. I'm
just
out
like
here.
you and
I'm
me.
not wearing, I'm all skinny now. I gotta. It's funny because he wears a fedora during the Thanksgiving Day parade,
Which I love.
I love it
Such
too, but
good
it's a
look.
great way to alienate yourself because I don't know a single other person who wears a fedora and can pull it off too. Like he rocks it.
See,
sure.
I was gonna say I do know a lot of people who wear fedoras, but the pulling it off was the eliminator there.
I mean, one time I got a fedora at a bar mitzvah once, and I think I pulled it off great. It was like zebra,
I'm gonna be honest. I had a fedora phase in college.
like a real fedora face.
No, I bought it at like a Lids, and
What is a lid?
it's a hat store, but like a shitty hat store,
I'm a
like
Lids.
one that you'd find in a.
How
mall.
old were you when you walked into a hat
Lids.
store, and were you with your mom?
I was not. I know. I was. It was my freshman year of college. I was
Okay.
trying to reinvent myself, So obviously, what you have to do is buy a fedora.
You gotta get a fedora when
You
you're
gotta
going to
get a
college
fedora.
for the
You
first time.
You gotta get a fedora to go with your like matching Adventure Time T-shirt and jeans that you haven't washed in 6 months. You know-
Wait, what is the Adventure Time T-shirt matching with?
The fedora.
Oh, it's an Adventure Time fedora? Or
No,
was it like blue?
It was just a black fedora. It
I
did
think
not.
that matches with everything.
It didn't fit my head because no hats do. I know my head looks proportional to the rest of my body, but just on its own, it's gigantic and no hats fit it.
You're like
Yeah.
your head is like the moon, where like it's like it's like separately and close up. You realize it's actually very enormous, but far away it just looks like a normal person's head. It's like you're tall, so far away.
I'm saying that my head is proportional to the rest of the size of my body. You're implying that you don't believe the moon is large?
So you saying it is? It's like, yay big, all the time. They've taken pictures of the moon.
People have walked on them, but this is terrible what we're doing right now.
I'm pretty sure because we're doing this, certain people are just passing out and just dying.
I like
across
how
the
people.
country.
God, I love the sounds of the pity laughter I can actually hear.
Oh, it's not. It isn't. It's like post pity laughter.
We're beyond there. The moon is a real place, guys. The moon is real. It's large. The Earth is flat.
The Earth is flat.
Yeah.
The moon is real, though.
The moon
Are
is
you
real.
guys?
The moon is round.
The moon is round. Should we get the show started?
We should describe the raffle and how this all works
Oh, yeah.
because we are holding a raffle tonight to get some things that we bought, and there's a raffle to win them. And if you, what's up?
There's a cheat sheet somewhere.
Oh, I have the
There's,
cheat sheet.
it's also in the description of the video. If you, the way this is going to work is you're going to Venmo a certain amount of money to our good buddy Kelsey over there, and depending on the amount of money that you are willing to donate to this lovely cause, the cause being us, there will be you will be entered a certain number of times into a raffle.
4 chances to win TJ snacks and holiday ornaments donated by Haywire Art. Check out her Etsy. It's actually genuinely really cool. I think so. My family is listening in and watching, so you guys aren't getting any of these for Christmas, but you might.
We should have put this in the description.
We should have put this in the
Trader
description. Trader Joe's food. No, it's also Trader Joe's snacks. It's great. And if you want to enter the raffle, just Venmo Kelsey Dashboard. Her last couple of digits on her phone number are 8547.
8547. Because Venmo's going to ask you, since
4,
you don't know Kelsey, what are the last
7.
4 digits of her phone number?
So if you're concerned, there's a little mnemonic device. It's 8 days a week, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds,
And
And
7
7
goes to heaven. So
Yay!
this is the best thing we've ever done.
Grazie, everybody. And there's no repeat winners.
You can only win once. One time.
And now all that being said, are you guys ready to get the show started?
Woo!
Yes. All right.
This is
It's you first, buddy. We're Alex gonna open us up, and then we're gonna do who's gonna be on deck. Katie is gonna be on deck, but for now, ladies and gentlemen, for the next 5, who knows how many minutes, Alex Toy.
Thank you. So, God, it's been a long time since I've done comedy. That's gonna be a recurring theme. That it's
Yeah.
like I tell the story about how I remember the last open mic I was at. I was at a bar in Bushwick, and as I was leaving that night, I said to the bartender, a good friend of mine, "All right, see you next week." That was in March. That wasn't a joke. That was just me stating I haven't seen her in a while or done comedy in a while. So I think a lot right now about how this pandemic is very terrible, because of course it is. And it's probably led to a lot of conversations between parents and their children about the concept of death. This was not a conversation I had with my parents. I'm sure I had it with them. I don't remember it. I've just kind of accepted death as a thing that happens. But I firmly believe we don't actually need to have this conversation with children about what death is, because we all give children balloons. Balloons are a wonderful thing. They float in the air, and you can hold on to them. You get them at parties, and you get them at events, and they have they're fun colors, and they have animals on them sometimes. You know the foil ones I'm talking about? Someone chuckled at that. Foil balloons. Yeah, foil balloons. Let's hear it. And the kicker with balloons is look, you walk around the street with them as you're leaving Chuck E. Cheese, and you just feel like you're the king of the world. You've got something in your hand that defies gravity, and you feel powerful. You feel love for this thing that you're carrying. And let's be honest, some people are irresponsible, and they let go of their balloons, and they float off to the heavens, and they're gone forever. And then, of course, there's the good children. There are good children in the world. I wasn't one of them. No, there are good children. There are good people in the world who hold on to their balloons. They hold on to that balloon tight, and they love that balloon. They bring it home with them, and they're like, hell yeah, I'm going to have this balloon forever. I love this balloon. And slowly over time, you can do everything right with that balloon, and it will still shrivel up and die. It'll just float to the ground. That balloon will be gone. This is a lot darker than it was in my head. I thought this was going to be a lot funnier, comparing balloons to death. My point, though, is like, look, I like to imagine that we all learn our lessons about mortality and about death when it comes to balloon ownership. And which is why I firmly believe that, let's be honest, we should never give children balloons again unless we want to teach them that lesson. Because I know that none of us have learned this lesson, because I know each and every one of you in the audience owns plants.
Yep.
Same concept. I'm not going to go through the whole thing again. Who here plays laser tag? You didn't have to, I know no one plays laser tag. Well, right now, no one's playing laser tag, hopefully. But a couple years ago, I had a great experience where I got to play laser tag with a friend of mine from college and just a whole mess of children. I did not know these children. I simply walked into a laser tag arena with my college roommate, and we decided we were going to play laser tag. The laser tag people decided it was in our best interest to not put the two full-grown adults on the same team, which is probably a smart idea. You don't want us to gang up on each other or on the other team if they're all children. So what they did was they put me on a team with a bunch of kids, and they put my roommate on a team with a bunch of other kids, and also a bunch of other adults that were there. But I was the only adult on my team. I just had children. And my God, I've never felt so much power in my life. Look, if you immediately want the respect of children, be an adult and do their activity with them. Because look, if I were a child and I saw a full-grown adult, especially one who looks like me, doing and playing laser tag, that man fucking has his shit together. I don't. But the kids believe that. And I'd say it took me about 15 seconds to assemble these children, and I split them into 3 teams, and I had them all calling me commander. And I told them, Alpha Squad, you're going that way. Beta Squad, you're going that way. Gamma Squad, you're going to take the top. And I didn't fucking do anything. I just stood in the back, so I got to survive, and these kids all died. Not for real life. It was just laser tag death. Which isn't real. You just run back to the spawn point, and you just there's a flashing light, and all of a sudden you can go back and play laser tag. There isn't a punchline to that. It's just a fun story. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't prepare a whole lot of material other than that balloon bit and this fun story about laser tag. Have I been talking for at least a minute at this point?
Yeah, 30. You've been talking for 4 minutes and 35.
4 minutes and 35 seconds. That's almost a tight 5.
You did a great time.
That's
shoot!
Well, we got more people here now. We do have somewhat of a live audience here, which is super rad. We're keeping it fairly limited because pandemic. And again, that's not a joke. I'm just stating things at this point. Guys, I'm gonna end my set right there. I thought I had more time. I thought I had more things to say, but I never do. Ian's showing me the time that says get off the stage, Alex. And guys, thank you so much. I'm Alex Toy. Well, you want to keep the condom on the mic?
At least for now.
Okay.
We say
I'm still the host of the show, so at least one of the half of them. So I'm
You're
still.
half the host.
I'm gonna stand here for another couple seconds while we introduce the next comedian.
Does that mean? Are you gonna be? Do you want to be the torso, or if I'm? Because if you're the half of the host, you get to be the torso up, and I'm the legs.
It's more likely that you would fit on my shoulders than I would fit on yours.
Yes, absolutely.
So realistically, I should
We
be
could
your
try
shoulders.
her first. We could try you on
Like
me.
a big kind of triangle man.
Oh, I like that. Like
Yeah.
he just only works out the upper half
Upper
of his
half,
body.
you know,
He's
a
just
real
got like chicken legs
Tiny
down
little
here.
dancer's legs with a very thick torso.
I like that you just said that my legs are tiny little dancer's legs. That's really sweet of
They
you.
are.
They are.
Hold me closer. Yeah! Alright.
No, don't touch each other.
No, it's
Don't do
COVID.
that.
Nobody touch each other. It's COVID. Everybody keep Jesus in there. So next we got Katie. Katie's coming up. You ready, Katie?
Yeah.
Clap for Katie!
Katie!
Oh wait, my condom.
Yeah, get your condom out of there.
Yeah.
You got my condom?
We all have our own
Am I
individual
allowed to touch the
condoms.
mic or we just...
Paperback
Yeah, you can
item.
touch the
No,
mic.
touch it as much as you want.
I don't want to break the mic here.
Condom change.
You gotta change the condom after one. They're only one use.
Well, you
Sure,
can't
one
just, like,
condom's.
use
You're doing it
condoms
wrong
multiple
otherwise.
times.
Woo! Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, she was beautiful this whole time. It's like when she takes off her glasses for prom, whatever the fuck. Oh my god, you guys. I can't believe it's been 9 months since I last almost shit my pants on the 4 train on my work commute in the morning. It's been a while since I've had that happen, you know? It's like I missed that. I really miss it. I've been really doing well during this quarantine though. Like, I am the quarantine queen, is what I would say. Like, I've been waiting to do this my whole life. Oh, I can't leave my house? Oh, I am Emily Dickinson, bitch, okay? I never leave the house. Always talking about death. Lesbian, question mark? I don't know. I don't know. I do wish I was a lesbian. I wish I was a lesbian, okay? Just for this simple reason. Women have lower standards when it comes to dating. And that would make my life a lot easier, okay? It's true. We all know that's true. I have dated some of you men. I've seen what's in your apartment, okay? Okay? Men will look at like a beautiful woman with her shit together, and she's like skinny and never gains weight, but she eats everything, which is really cool. Like, and they're like, I could have that, maybe. Like, maybe I could have that. Right? They dream big. Women will come up dragging some piece of shit scumbag to you, and he's like, this is Steven. He wants to be a DJ. He doesn't have a bed frame, and there's no hand soap in his bathroom, just like a really small bottle of hand sanitizer that I think is mostly water. But he's funny. Right? And I'm like, is this the joke? I don't know what to do with that. I want to be that joke, okay? I want to be that scumbag. I want some chick dragging me up to her friends like, this is Katie. She's thrown up in most of the cabs in New York City. One time she fell asleep on top of an empty box of Triscuits and didn't notice until the next day when it was imprinted into her spine. But gosh darn it, does she make me laugh? I want to be lesbian. I already know the kind of women I'd be into. Russian women, okay? Do you know what I mean? Russian women are the men of women. Women are like so kind and gentle and caring. I mean, I'm not, but like in general, like that's what they do, I guess. Russian women, Russian women will treat you like shit, but in a hot way, all right? Like I went to this Russian hair salon once, a long time ago, and this woman was shampooing my hair. I thought she was like trying to like scout me with her fingernails, you know, and I was like, wee, I didn't notice the hair pulling. Oh, what else am I into? What else am I into? And then she finished up and she was like, okay, $40. What else do you want? You know, and I was like, Choke me, bitch! I'm a product of a mistake. In other words, I'm a child of divorce. I don't know if anyone else here is, or maybe you guys actually believe in love. I'm a child of divorce. My parents got divorced 15 years too late. 15 years too late. Yeah, it was, most people, you know, when their parents are divorced, it's because they were fighting all the time. That is not my experience at all. My parents didn't do that. They just like didn't talk to each other at all, but like super aggressively, like not even like the dinner table, complete silence, right? Not a creature was stirring. No one was even like, can you pass the salt and pepper? It was sad, right? Like 15 years, my parents were just sitting across from each other silently eating unseasoned chicken together. I think it fucked me up, you know, because like I don't know what good chicken is supposed to taste like now. Also, like I've never seen a functioning relationship at all. You know, like when a guy's ghosting me now, when he's ignoring me, I'm just like, well, who ordered a wife? Just ignoring me. I got plans for us, pal. We're gonna have a house in 5 years that you paid for. I'm not doing that, right? You'll use all the bathrooms to ignore me. You'll say you have IBS and you're just taking a shit for like 11 hours a day, but I know you're in there reading your science magazines while you avoid me. Meanwhile, I'm destroying all your stuff by ramming into it with a vacuum cleaner. Text me back!
Leave 1 minute, 2 minutes. Go with what you feel.
Why have a light?
5 minutes roughly.
Oh God, this is exhausting. I have depression.
Yeah.
We should all have it at this point. If you don't have depression yet, you need to grow the fuck up. Okay? If you're happy and you know it, you're 8. Grow up. Go get a job. You need to learn. Okay? God, this like quarantine, I don't know if you like it's not making me more depressed really, but it's making me wonder like, are we supposed to be depressed? Like, it is very easy to be depressed now. You can get everything delivered to your bed. It's like they want you to not get out of bed. Do you know? Like I just want to play a little game before I leave. It's called quarantine or depression. Okay? Not getting out of bed for 9 months. Quarantine or depression.
Both.
It's both. It is both. It's both. Please don't judge me. Watching 15 seasons of Criminal Minds twice. Quarantine or depression?
Oh.
No, it's quarantine. SVU is a depression show. Criminal Minds is just like a fun little show with like graphic murder. Happy hour over Zoom. Quarantine or depression?
Quarantine.
Depression. You have to be mentally ill to use Zoom for fun. Okay? All right, one more. Doing stand-up outside. Quarantine or depression?
Both.
No, it's depression. If you're doing comedy at all, there's something wrong with you. Thank you, Alex, for making me get out of bed. I hope we don't die of
Hey, that's the dream.
Oh.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, we can put them there.
Yes. But now we're coverless. We're unprotected.
We're gonna just stay 6 feet away from the mic.
Well,
Spit on it, too.
we should at least. I saw that. You just like hopped a loogie right onto the
It was
microphone.
subtle. You couldn't see it on camera, but we could see it as the audience. That would
Here,
be.
I don't know if I don't want to waste mine. Oh, wait. You
Mine's
know what we should do?
mine
Hang on.
is used.
Yours.
Mine is used.
By
Oh,
you. You're gonna have to reason. Oh no, you're right.
Oh, we can use our
let's
mouse.
go. There we go.
Aha!
Woo!
So I feel like, you know, I've reached a stage in my life where I spent a lot of years not having the attention span to watch like a whole movie beginning to end.
A whole movie?
Like,
God, no.
yeah, but
I don't know the last time I saw a whole movie.
But
honestly.
I'm very willing to watch multiple episodes of a sitcom I've already watched before.
Well, because that's 30 minutes, 45 minutes at most of one premise. You get a new premise every 45 minutes. With a movie, it's like 2 hours, and it's like, Jesus, just steal the Declaration or don't steal the Declaration. I don't need 2.5 hours of that. I think, or at least no, that's actually, I lied. I want 5 hours of National Treasure. What I don't need is like, right, that movie, that's the best movie ever.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings could have been done in a tight
20
30
minutes.
minutes.
20 minutes.
Let's say 15.
Let's say
Let's say 15.
Let's call it a tight 5.
Let's call it a tight 5 minutes of
We're comedians.
Let's do it. Okay, so Frodo wakes up. Gandalf is like, "Hey, come with me." He goes to do
They
that.
go.
They
They
meet
do
a bunch
the-
of people.
They meet some other folks, some elves, some dwarves,
Some elves, some dwarves,
some other
some
Dungeons Dragons
shakers, some
characters.
Quakers, some candlestick makers. Everybody's there.
And
They're
then,
all around.
Boom! Ring of the volcano. Done.
Wow, that's Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings right there,
Right
baby.
there. So I know they didn't sign up for a recap of Lord of the Rings, but you guys did sign up for some more comedy, and we've got Jenny coming up next. Hey! Do you have your yeah, at a girl. All right.
We're so good at banter.
Oh, we're too good at banter.
Okay, hold on.
I'm not.
No, stop talking about crimes.
No, there isn't. This
No, there is a live stream going.
There is one now, but no one's watching it. Okay, look,
Never been.
Ian, I need you to like send the stream back out to like everybody because my phone can't do this,
Okay, so
like and
rewind.
be the stream.
Rewind.
All right.
20,
Copy.
30 seconds.
Oh God.
All right, and I'm going to my Instagram right now.
Oh man, yeah.
And Jenny, you are live right now.
I'm live.
Yeah, you are.
So I can just start my set.
You could. There's like one person watching.
Oh well, that's again. I like the stakes low.
I sent the link to
So-
Ian. Ian, send the link to everybody.
Can I?
Yeah.
Should I just start or should I wait?
It's gonna cap us a half an
Whatever
hour
I
again.
want, I'm just gonna start. I'm just gonna fucking start. So this is basically 2020, like this experience right now.
Yes.
And like literally a live stream failing the first time I'm doing fucking live stream, and my first fucking stand-up show is basically on Zoom. I love 2020. 2020's been like really, really fucking shitty for me. I bet it has for you all well, or else you're a fucking psychopath or an
Part
influencer
two.
because they don't fucking care about a pandemic. But I've been single all of 2020, and it's been like, I was kind of surprised, to be honest. Like, I really thought 2020 was going to be my year. I was like really excited for it, but based on my first date, I really should have known that 2020 wasn't going to be great for me. So I like went out with this guy, and we went back to his place, and like was getting intimate, and then he took off his pants, and I looked him down, and I looked back up, and I said without hesitation, "This dick ain't big enough for the two of us." And then I left. He ghosted me, and I was actually like pretty shocked about it because again, I really thought 2020 was gonna be my year. I really held out hope, but yeah, no, it's been fucking terrible. But guess what? You know, I made a little motto for myself, you know, to try and like get by. You know, every time I'm depressed, which is every day, multiple times, I say to myself, at least you were never cast in Annie on Broadway ever in your entire fucking life. Now, I know that sounds really fucking specific, but I was a child actor, and I wanted to be cast in any goddamn production of Annie on Broadway when I was a kid. And guess what? I saved myself from a lot of trauma. I recently watched a documentary that absolutely no one in this audience has seen about the 1997 Broadway production of Annie. Okay, YouTube has been getting so specific with their recommendations lately. Oh my god, okay. So hopefully I'm doing this to an audience that gets this. So there's this documentary that's getting really promoted on YouTube right now if you like musicals about young little girls.
Not in a creepy way. It's a turning point episode with Barbara Walters, and she tells the story of Annie of the 1990s. I'm not gonna do this all in Barbara Walters. My Barbara Walters is terrible. But she tells you about this Annie production, and you meet this guy named Martin Charon, as Barbara Walters says, and he touches little girls throughout the entire thing, and they're fine with it because he's the director and the original lyricist of it. And wow, I did not want to experience that trauma, and he's for sure grooming little girls. I'm so happy that I fucking never had to experience that trauma. And then guess what? That's not the worst part of this documentary. It gets so much fucking worse. They traumatize a little girl in a completely different way. They cast this little girl in the role of Annie. And you love this girl. She is the fucking best. She's just so sweet. She sings in her father's barber shop. And you're just like, oh, my heart is warm. She deserves her dream. Ha ha ha! No! Guess what? They fucking took the role away from her. She got bronchitis 2 weeks before she was supposed to be Annie on goddamn Broadway. She was 12 years old and the girl that replaced her was 8. Could you imagine being, like, understanding, like, the world at 12 years old, knowing that a younger person is always on your tails, and you're fucking 12? Like, fuck, my life would have been so much worse if I peaked at fucking 12. It's downhill from there. Also, this poor girl, she never caught a break after this. You really wish she did. But I watched a goddamn interview of her crying at the end of this. And she was just really upset. And she says, you know how kids sometimes mess up grammar? And it's like really cute. She goes, I'm not gonna be Annie no more. And you're like, no, you're not gonna be Annie no more. Fuck, man. Why'd you have to learn this about the world? And then on top of that, you know, the career trajectory of a girl who plays Annie on Broadway is not that great. The track record, a lot of them become accountants, you'll find out. But the most famous is Sarah Jessica Parker, which is like kind of cool. And then there's the girl who was Little Red Riding Hood and Into the Woods in the movie, which is like, that's fine. And then there's like Sadie Sink, which like, she's like on Stranger Things, so like that's like kind of a big deal, but like I'm not hoping for like a 16-year-old's downfall, but like we don't know what her career is gonna look like, you know? So like, but like I swear, I'm not, like I hope she's successful, but like, could you imagine? Could you imagine if the person that's at the height of your possible career one day, like the Bill Gates, the Jeff Bezos, is Sarah Jessica Parker? Like, I like Sarah Jessica Parker. She was in Sex and the City. That's great. It's great. We love Sex and the City. And she's married to Matthew Broderick, which is like kind of cool because he was like Ferris Bueller, but like. And I wouldn't want that to be like the top of what I could possibly be in my field, you know? Am I at 5 minutes?
Almost. You got like
Okay.
20 seconds and then you'll be at 5.
Bitch, I fucking timed that so fucking well. I'm fucking done.
Yay.
Okay, yes. Take me out of this prison.
That's a tight 140.
Yay!
That's not
Oh,
bad.
okay.
Try to make noise to fill.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my friend.
So Ian took a really great opportunity to use the bathroom.
Bring me a beer. Never mind.
Ian just left to use the bathroom, so it's just me right now.
Yay!
He gave me his phone to tell, and then immediately went to the bathroom. Welcome back to the show. It would appear that YouTube Live is capping streams at 30 minutes. So we're just gonna keep going, and at some point you might get a new link. Yeah, which is what just happened. So if you're tuning in on the new link, send that to just like everybody you know who was watching this in the first time. because I would do that, but my phone is currently being used to live stream this. It's on Kelsey's Facebook and Instagram.
It should be on my Instagram too.
Yeah, it's not on mine because my phone is being used for something.
It's on mine.
So apologies for the technical difficulties.
That's probably gonna happen again.
It will happen again.
It will happen again. It's like a scavenger hunt, this thing, you know. You have to really care about this stand-up show to find the links. We're trying to weed out the audience members that are just kind of like potentials.
We want to make sure that you're dedicated to watching
Right, we
us.
want to make sure that if you're on the fence about this, that you get off the stream and stop and just, you know, only diehards here today, I think.
Yeah.
And with that, I think I was.
Let's stop fucking around and get the next comedian.
Well, that's me. I think I'm gonna
Oh,
do a
it's
little
you?
bit of stand-up. Do a little bit of stand-up
Oh,
here.
you
Yeah.
did? All right,
Yeah.
Ian.
Do
Do you want me to join Jake?
Yeah. I'll do like this. There we go.
Okay. And I hit the start button?
You do whatever you want to do, baby.
Okay, I'm just gonna look at your porn history.
Oh, don't do that.
Hey.
All right, look at that. And suddenly we have a mic. How are you guys doing? Hello. All right. Hopefully that's not gonna go anywhere. This is gonna be easy. We're just gonna have a conversation. Just gonna talk to you guys about some issues, some stuff on my mind, on everybody's mind, like the New York Jets, because yeah, the New York Jets it's a hot topic. I know there's a lot of big things happening in politics, and the New York Jets is number one. But they are genuinely my favorite team. That is true. I love the New York Jets so much because I don't know if you guys could tell, I don't really know much about football. And it seems to me like the Jets care about the game as much as I do, you know? Like, the Jets, me and the New York Jets will go into a game the exact same way. We'll be like, this is tonight? You know, every like, it feels to me like every member of the Jets has just been like, pressured by their dad to like do sports. Like I feel like every member of the Jets is that kid that was just kind of like, you know, picking flowers or chasing butterflies. I saw the post game with Adam Gase, I want to say is the name of the Jets coach. I say that because he doesn't act like a coach. And it's funny because when you watch the like post game with him, he just looks like this dad that's just burnt the lasagna with his face of like, what did you guys expect was going to happen? Like the reporters are like, so did you think it was a good idea to put pressure on your back end during the second half? And he's like, I guess not. Like, you tell me how it happened. Like, it feels to me like the previous Jets coach wanted to quit. So in the middle of a game, he found a random fan and was like, hey, I need to get a hot dog. Can you go host or coach the Jets? And the fan was like, you're not going to be long, right? And now like 8 years later, it's head coach Adam Gase, and he just is kind of like still waiting. Like they're like, why isn't the team better? He's like, I can't explain how little I know about this game right now. Like it feels like he's like, it's like I feel like asking him, it's like asking a penguin, like, why didn't you fly that Zeppelin better? Like look at, what do you think is, I don't know. I just thought this was really funny. Thank you guys so much for coming out tonight. This has been I'm surprised there's anybody in the audience. I'm delighted that there's people in the audience. And it's really cool to have you guys here. I don't know how everybody feels about, you guys you know how like straight men, you know how we're working on it? Like we don't really know. Being a straight guy, it's like playing Assassin's Creed, but never. It's like if somebody, I don't know if you guys were the kid that like watched your friends play video games, but I was. And being a straight guy kind of feels like somebody hands you the controls, and like, all right, you have to do everything really well and really great, and it's easy. And you're like, oh, this is easy. And then you try it, and you're like, oh, fuck, I like musical theater. Okay. This is separate. Like I've noticed that straight guys, for some reason, we really like the only way to compliment a straight guy is to call him big. Like 9 times out of 10, and I know this because I one time there was this straight guy that I didn't really know that well, and I didn't know what to say to him because, you know, straight man. And I'm also straight. I just don't know how to talk to people. And I just wanted to compliment him. So I was like, hey, you're looking really big. And there was a moment on his face where he didn't know what I meant. And then his brain just filled in the gaps. And he was like, thanks, bro. And then he goes inside. So I've realized that straight men would, for some reason, we love to be big. We do not want to be confused with gay, which is insane to me because gay men are hot. They're ripped. They dress phenomenally. They have amazing taste. They're charming. They're funny. They're nice. They're mean, but in the right way. And and we as straight men, for some reason, we're like, no, I can't. Like every straight guy that I know would rather be confused for a horse than a gay person. Which blows. Okay, like imagine you guys are ladies, and if you are a lady, imagine you're a lady that doesn't go to stand-up shows, and you're the kind that goes to the stables. And now imagine you're a woman at the stables, and there's a stable boy there, right? There's a stable boy just like on set, and you like raise up your hands and kind of you're looking at the clouds and you just like you start to kind of brush the front of the horse's neck, and you're like, oh, this feels nice, and you look and you're like, oh my God, it's the stable boy. If you say to that stable boy, I'm so sorry, I thought you were the horse, he will get turned on. And then and do a little like this thing where he'll go like, you know, like that. Whereas now imagine the same scenario where you have you're at the stables but you brought your gay friend and you're still a woman in this scenario and you're with your gay friend and you say something sassy to your gay friend and you look and it's the stable boy and you go, oh my God, I'm so sorry, I thought you were my friend who happens to be gay. The stable boy will laugh it off. And then kind of think, and then he'll just start to walk. And he'll walk and he'll walk until he picks up a rock and he just starts to throw it at things. I don't have an into that joke, but I like it a lot. Alex, how long have I been talking?
Nearly 6 whole minutes.
Nearly 6 whole minutes?
Nearly 6 whole minutes.
Hot toddy. So speaking of gay men, have you guys ever read a Hemingway book? I love Hemingway books since everybody here's read them. Because Hemingway, if you guys haven't, he never was claimed to be gay, but I think he was a little bit gay. Bells. And but he's not gay, but I think he's gay because he'll describe men, and this is fine. He'll describe men in a way that like a straight guy will never describe men, but he's trying to like double straight it. Like he'll be writing something, and he'll be like, Jim and I went fishing, and it was a good trip, and Jim has a good butt. And we cast our lines into the water, and I was looking at Jim's butt, and it looked very firm, not in a way that I wanted to kiss, just in a way that I thought was utilitarian and true. It was a butt that could find comfort in almost all spaces, a butt that I envied and wanted to paint a picture of. I don't know. You guys ready for more comedy? All right, so let's see. The mask is coming on. For a brief moment, we have double protection, and now nothing again. And our next comic is. Oh, also the raffle is still going on, and we've been getting a really good turnout for the raffle, right?
Yes.
We've been getting a great turnout for the raffle, but we could always do better. I don't know if you guys can tell, but we're a cult and we don't have a lot of food. So next on the docket is going to be Chris. Chris the Stand.
I've got a thing here somewhere.
Sick.
I'll put it on. Just apply my mic condom.
Yeah.
Something that they didn't teach us in school.
No way.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Heckling.
Thank you so much.
Heckling.
Heckling, we love it. I'm going to take this down. Look at those people.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That's hot.
Hey, my name is Chris. I'm going to do some stand-up comedy. I think it's really important. Thank you so much.
Turn the mic on. I turn it off. I'll turn it
On.
Yes.
It's a hot mic!
Operate microphones. Thank you so much. This is great. I'm going to do some stand-up comedy. I think it's really important that I tell you explicitly that I'm going to do stand-up comedy because I know that's not the vibe that I give off. I know that it looks like I heard people were going to be in a backyard, and I assumed that it was beer pong going on. But I am here to do some jokes. I also know that I look like the person you see on an article about a frat that just got kicked off campus. But I have some jokes written. I also know that it looks like I think about lacrosse and only lacrosse, but I am here to tell some jokes. I also know that the vibe I give off is guy that knows the score to the game. I learned that the other week when I was walking in Chelsea and a guy came up to me and said, "You know the score to the big game?" And I didn't, but I learned that it was the New York Giants and the Washington football team.
Woo!
And I don't know if you're following the NFL, but they play in this division called the NFC East, which is objectively the dumpster fire of the NFL. Those are two losing teams. That's not a big game. That's just a game. I also know that I'm tall. People like to tell me that I'm tall. You don't have to. I know. And I know that as a tall person, it's my duty in life to get things off the top shelf for shorter people. Like, the other day, I was helping a woman get a box of Tate's cookies off a shelf at Whole Foods, which is a very Caucasian thing to do, and a very Caucasian place to be. But that makes sense because I grew up Caucasian. I also grew up very, very sheltered. I didn't go to parties in high school. I didn't really drink until college. And but now I know a lot of people like weed dealers and Molly hookups. And I've never even hooked up with a girl named Molly, so I'm behind the ball on that one. But I haven't really hooked up with a lot of people, and I think that's because a girl I dated for a very long time was very jealous. One time I got a call from a number in Sierra Leone, which if you don't know is a country in Africa. And I thought that was interesting. That doesn't happen a lot. And so I said, it was crazy today. I got a call from a number in Sierra Leone. And she said, "Who?" And I said, no, that's a country in Africa. And she said, "Well, what did she want?" So she's awesome. I have a degree in theater. You always... you always know when someone majored in theater because they'll tell you. And I'm also a vegetarian that does CrossFit, so I never know which one to lead with. It makes for very strange introductions when I meet people. I prepared for this really well. I can tell you because I have a set list. I know what it is. Getting a theater degree is weird because it costs just as much as a more lucrative degree. Like, it costs the same amount to get a degree in computer science, pre-med, or law or something, but a theater degree is much less valuable. It's a lot like living in New York City. It costs a lot of money for a not great experience. You know this if you've ever bought groceries in New York City, because a pint of strawberries is $7. And you might think $7 for a pint of strawberries, those are going to be awesome strawberries. Absolutely not. They're molding in 2 days. And as you're going through the strawberries to find one that's not moldy, you find a note that says, "Gotcha, fuck you, welcome to New York City." And that is what having a theater degree is like. You graduate and New York kicks you in the face. That's what that's like. I am new to New York. I recently moved here, and something that I'm getting used to hearing is people saying "suck my dick," because the way they say it is at once a threat and maybe a challenge, because it sounds like "suck my dick," which is scary, but also an invitation. I always think, "Sir, do you want me to suck your dick?" Or, and also, please don't tell me you gotta ask me. It's 2020, man. It's time we start talking about consent. But then it's been such a fucked up year as it is. I thought, should I suck this guy's dick? But I've never done it, so I feel like it needs to be clean the first time. I can't just be some guy on the street. But then I thought, if it does, I need to at least make a night of it. Like, there's got to be candles on, some ambiance, maybe some like Sam Smith playing. Maybe like a bed of roses, some lube nearby if I'm like into it and I want things to escalate. That sounds like a pretty good night. I think I should suck this guy's dick. That's all I've got. My name's Chris. Thanks for coming.
Give it up for Chris, guys! I think everybody that's done stand up
Well, no, we're not saying we're done yet. We're saying.
Oh no, we were done the show. No. And, yeah, I was also wrong because Katie has done stand-up before. She also killed. Everybody's been killing.
Everyone's doing pretty solid.
Everyone's
been doing pretty solid.
Also, I talked. Anyway, Emma is actually next, but before I get to her, we wanted to discuss. No, I don't know. Do you have anything to say?
Yeah, I'm a little concerned about this stream ending again.
So I'm nervous with the stream ending too. If the stream hasn't ended yet for the second time, please bear with us. We've got more streams coming. It's just a lot of like we're just sending out links. Again, can't stress enough. We want to make sure that you want to watch this. We want to make sure that if you're out there and you get cut off. Thank you, Emma, for getting it. How does it look?
I mean, if we cut off in a half hour, we have 7 more minutes.
I don't even know if it's a half hour yet, though, is the thing. It might have just been a silly glitch, or I don't know how this works.
Do you want to just stop it and start it just in case?
No, it stopped at 26 minutes and 22 seconds, and that seems too specific.
And here's the thing.
Specific.
It also went off right when I accidentally kicked the tripod. So I didn't want to say that out loud earlier. But it. Yes,
we should have the update. If you're watching this, you don't need the second new link. But
if there's a third link, then we encourage you to keep an eye out for it somewhere on our social media.
There is no duration limit for YouTube Live. It's because Alex kicked the tripod.
Oh yeah! It's 100% my fault.
Alex's fault.
Also, big thanks to Jenny for letting us clog up her YouTube channel with this. She's the only person on the internet popular enough that YouTube will let us stream from her channel.
That being said, everybody check out.
Subscribe to her channel.
Subscribe to Jenny's channel. Jenny is what? What is your channel?
How old are you?
If you're watching this stream, you're already familiar with her channel.
And if you're not watching the stream and you're with us, chat with Jenny. She'll be here to answer questions after the show.
She's really bad. I ate pizza with her once.
I've never eaten pizza with her, but I know she's...
No, we had pizza with her that one time.
Well, we did.
We did have pizza together.
We did a pizza together.
We got... He forgot the time we had pizza.
We've had pizza more than once.
Well, we've only had pizza more than once.
Yeah, we've only had pizza.
Yeah.
No, I'm not calling you out.
Okay, good. I know our relationship. All right?
I don't know when we eat together. Like I don't.
You don't keep track of what you've eaten with every person you know.
I'm sorry. So are you saying that you do keep a track of individual everything that you eat with everybody else, including what they eat?
Yes, I know that at our last lunch break you ate bread with salami and cheese.
Well, everybody knows that. That is because that's.
Did you all
every
know
day.
that's what Ian had for lunch on our last lunch break?
Couldn't you guess that's
No,
what
I would have never got. I would have never guessed.
All right, well, we got some more comments.
This is very specific humor to the two of us.
I saw a light turn on and we were getting loud, so I think we should speed it up. Maybe. Anyway, Emma's up next, everybody. You guys ready? Woo! Emma!
Let's go, Emma!
Nice. Hello. Woo! Hello. Is it on? Mike, yes. Hi. Hey, everybody. What's up? Thanks for coming out tonight, quite literally.
Woo!
Oh, yeah.
You the outroker mic.
Thank you. And I have the tiniest mouth known to man. It's the size of my eye. So quick shout out to my friend Chris. This was his first time doing stand-up. And they said that hooking up would ruin our friendship. So nice to meet you. I'm Emma Benson. I know a lot of you recognize me right away, which I understand. I am actually a well-known and established comedian. I am such a famous and well-known comedian that I work 40 hours a week at Trader Joe's by choice. Yeah, I work at Trader Joe's along with those two clowns. I like it there. I also like the store. I think it's a great place to be. It's we've got great products for the best value at the best prices to help an underserved population. You can find us in the richest neighborhood near you. I also work primarily in the frozen section of the store, putting things in the freezers. I'm one of very few girls who do that job, which at first I thought was strange, but now I understand it. It is exhausting. I spend most of my mental energy every day trying to keep my coworkers and the general public from seeing just how hard my nips are. It is truly exhausting. I think it's a testament to female strength that we'll be in working up a sweat and wearing our tightest sports bra, and you take one step into the frozen section, and immediately it's like titty antenna. So, you guys had no idea.
We're literally finding this out
Is that
right
why
now.
women don't work in
Yep.
Frozen with me?
It's a titty situation. Yeah, so that's the frozen section. Hold on. Wax out. Oh, hold on.
The condom slipper.
All right. Anyway, sorry about that. Let me pull this out because I am having a heart attack. New Year's resolutions. Does anyone remember making last year's New Year's resolutions? No. Before this year exploded. I think it's very funny. We all had really high expectations for our year. I said things like I was going to spend less money on things and more on experiences. I was going to make new friends. I was going to eat healthy. Now my expectations for next year are much lower and more reasonable. It's things like stay inside, see less people, try to make it so the first thing you put in your mouth in the morning isn't a Twizzler. I keep having this nightmare that 2020 New Year's will happen and it'll Groundhog's Day style just start the whole year over again. I wake up shaking every time. It's horrible. But I do wonder if we were given a second chance at 2020, like, would we do it better? You know, like, I think that I personally would do it better. I'd finally get around to publishing my book. It's a how-to guide for parents. What not to say to your children when they move home with you during a global pandemic. Some favorite how not to lines include, you must really like that sweatshirt. You've worn it all week. Followed by, what's going on with those pants? They look like maternity jeans. And my personal favorite not to say line is, but your sister still has a job. Depression is cool. I know we've mentioned earlier, depression's actually really cool because it's one of very few scientifically diagnosable diseases that you can't explain to your parents. It's got a pretty magic property that way. I think a lot of people have a confused idea about depression. They'll think that the cure to depression is just doing things that make you happy, you know, like turn things around, make your own happiness. But that's like if I told you that my fish died and your response is like, oh, like, have you tried feeding it? Like, well, you're not hearing me. The fish is dead. People will still be like, come on, girl, feed that fish, manifest that shit. You can make it happen. I love this time of year. I really love Christmas time. Even though it makes a lot of people famously depressed, I love it. I am excited because this year I get to celebrate. Last year I was working through Christmas. I was on the road with the first national tour of The Elf on the Shelf, a Christmas musical. Yeah, if I don't mean to toot my own horn. The two women who run the company are very family values, traditional, conservative Christian women, and they commissioned us to make a sparkly Broadway-style musical about tap dancing elves, and it is exactly as gay as you think it would be. It is the gayest piece of art to ever pass through any town. They would come to our rehearsals and they'd be so enthusiastic, but we knew that they'd leave and be like talking to each other in the car, like, now it is a shame about the burning and the fiery damnation, but those homosexuals really can put on a show. They were great. Big fan of The Elf on the Shelf. If you're not familiar with the concept, basically Santa sends an elf into your home, brings some Christmas cheer, and then they haunt you for the rest of the holiday. I have a wonderful boyfriend who's at home right now watching the live stream. Hi, Anthony. Or he's not at home watching the live stream. We're going to have a serious conversation. Girls, do you ever do that? You ever like, things have been too good lately. Let's raise these stakes. We're due for a fight. We've been dating for a while, even though people warned me about him because he is from Long Island, which is something we had to work through. As anyone who dates a Long Islander has to work through. But he has been blessed with a huge family history. His family goes way back. His great-great-grandfather immigrated to the United States from Sicily in the 1920s. And fun fact, this man was in his late 20s and he was 5'3" and 112 pounds. I mean, talk about an unrealistic body expectation. Like, we gotta all get on that Sicilian immigrant diet. Like, just slurping back olives, eating sardines, doing a juice cleanse, drinking straight out of the Mediterranean. I wanna be old school immigrant skinny, you know? He came to the U.S. He had a series of children. They're all named Anthony Orlando, which means that my boyfriend has the golden opportunity to rebrand himself as Tony Orlando, which is fucking badass. Like, you don't fuck with Tony Orlando. Like, Tony Orlando has really strong opinions about the kind of tomatoes he puts in his marinara. You know what I mean? He's very funny, even though he's not an actor or a comic. He made his first joke when he was 3 years old. He was in the playground, saw a kid in a suit, and he said to his parents, "Where's that kid going? A playground wedding?" What a great joke for a 3-year-old, right? Like, it's local, it's relatable, it's topical, flatline delivery, it's killer. I frankly think he's funnier than me, because he came up with that at 3 years old, and I retold it at 24 years old, and I fucked up the punchline. My punchline to the joke was, "Where's that kid going? A kindergarten funeral?" Which is not funny. A lot of people have been getting really fit in the quarantine, which I think is insane. Teach their own. But I have friends who are personal trainers, and they're setting all these like personal records. Like, I ran a 6-minute mile. I held a plank for 2 minutes. I mean, no offense, like, I've hit some personal records of my own. I've really made some strides in my masturbation routine. I'm doing twice the sets in half the amount of time. I famously did not have my first orgasm until I was 23 years old. This is not a joke, life's the joke. But I think it would actually make a great premise to a movie. It would be an excellent new take on the coming-of-age story.
Nice.
You'd be on the edge of your seat the whole time, and the climax is totally worth it. Thank you
Gotta know respect. What do you think you do?
Hey!
It's a nicer place. It's a nicer place. Ah, shut up in your face.
That's a song called "Shut Up in Your Face" that we listen to a lot these days.
It's only the second best song next to another song that's called just like E Compari. And if Mark Monaco, my father, is watching right now, which he said that he was.
Did he get the second link?
Oh, I don't know if I hope he got my sister got the second
We're
link.
the third link.
I hope it's not a third
Emma, is the
link.
camera still going? Can you just check that for me? Don't kick the tripod,
it's
please.
off.
Yeah, we're good.
All right,
Oh yeah,
cool.
what did I do?
You kicked it, baby.
I get, like, I guess violently assaulting the camera. Jesus.
Yeah, I saw that you were really putting the moves on it too, like for no reason at all.
It insulted my honor.
Oh, I see what that's all about. All right, we got one more comic for you guys tonight. We're very, very excited. And I feel like we should just bring him on.
Yeah, Gene, hey, you want to come do this?
Yeah,
thing?
Gene!
All right, everybody get ready for Gene!
Oh, wait, we need to get Gene a condom.
Gene, cover your face.
Gene, we need to get Gene a condom.
We need Gene a condom.
Do you want mine inside out?
No, you can't use it inside out. You can't.
They're right there. They're right there. They're right there. Where? Right there.
Right there, I see them. Sorry, Gene.
No, it's all good.
I would trip if I tried to get up
There
in
you
the
go.
chair.
Pop that right on the mic there. Oh,
You know how these things work, right?
Gene looks cold.
All right. Thank you guys for coming out. It's getting cold, so I appreciate you guys sticking around for me. This means a lot. And I'm gonna level with all of you. I haven't done this in a while. It's been a minute, so if I bomb, it's all on you. It's not my fault. Your neighbors really hate you right now, by the way. Everything about that? You asked? Okay.
Years now.
That's cool. Thank you all for showing up. So, Biden's president. How do we feel about that? We like that? That's pretty cool. Hush balls. Let me tell you guys how I found out Biden was going to be president.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I was on a subway, and I was on my way to work. And there were these 3 girls sitting across from me. They're on their phones or whatever. And then one of the girls at the end of the seat, she goes, "Oh my God, like, Biden won." And then the girl sitting next to her goes, "We're gonna do shots for brunch." And that's why I found out Biden's gonna be president. It was pretty sweet. So I'm not from New York. I'm from San Diego, California originally. Yeah. And my first day in New York City, I did an open mic at this really awful bar called the Grizzly Pear. And the second I signed up and I put my name in that bucket to do the open mic, I started to cry. I'm not kidding. Like, tears were flowing down my face because I was doing it. I was living my dream of being a comedian in New York City. And I ran to Washington Square Park and I sat on a bench and I just couldn't stop crying. And in that moment, I knew for a fact that I was in New York City because not one person came up to me and asked me if I was okay. They literally just all walked right on by. Homeless guy saw I was crying and yelled out, "Get it together, pal! You're gonna die." So, it's fun. I've lived in a lot of places. San Diego, I lived in Minnesota for a spell. I lived in Council Bluffs, Iowa. It's a small town on the Missouri River in Iowa. And there was a very popular bumper sticker there that I really hated. It read, "Nuke their ass and take their gas." Yeah, it was awful. It was awful for a number of reasons. Racism, and they used the wrong there. You know what I mean? You're gonna be racist.
You know.
Yeah. Dude, you and me, man, we're hitting it off. I like this. This is great. What's your name, man?
Liam.
Liam? I like your soul.
Oh, likewise,
Thanks, buddy. So, don't you all hate these orphans? Let's get it out. Let's get it out. Yeah. Come on, this is the place. I don't, because it's all about them, you know? Like, I'll never forget this one time I was in high school, and we were playing this game, Never Have I Ever. You all know Never Have I Ever, the game? It's a great drinking game, it's a fun game. And we're playing it. And there's a kid, Nico, and it's just his turn to play, and he just goes, "Never have I ever met my real parents." Killed the mood of the party. Like, everybody was upset at this kid. We're like, And then it was my turn, and I went, "Never have I ever been adopted." And I saved the party, guys. Like, I saved it. For the record, I once told that joke, and like a person just rushed up on stage and grabbed the mic from me, and she goes, "I'm an orphan, and how dare this little man make fun of orphans?" And I'm just standing to the side going, "Fucking orphans, like it's all about them. It's always about them. They can never just let me have one moment to just maybe like, hey, maybe I want to make fun of one of you." That was fun. Thank you for laughing, by the way. I feel that wasn't an easy joke to laugh at, and comedians don't thank audiences for laughing enough. That needs to be more of a thing. I think we should, because I don't know if, believe it or not, folks, I've done comedy where nobody's laughed. I know, hard to believe. There was like, one of the first times I ever did comedy was at my high school talent show. It was in 10th grade, and I was like, I'm gonna be cool, like, rock this shit. And to my best friend Zach, I was like, "Zach, I want you to heckle me. What I want you to say, Zach, is, 'You suck.'" And then what I would respond with, "Not as much as your mom did to my dick last night." That's how comedy works, you know? It's fun. So I'm on stage, and I give Zach the signal to heckle me. And by the way, not a subtle signal, very much up. Zach sees the signal, and he yells out, "You suck!" And then I yelled out, "Not as much as I did to my dick last night." Wait, hold on. I didn't suck. Not as much as my dad did to my dick. Hold on. Who sucked my dick? Somebody sucked my dick. So I got hauled into the principal's office because you can't say "suck my dick" on stage like 11 times in a row and not expect there to be consequences. Like, there were consequences. And the principal, he's just sitting there, and he's like, "You know, Gene, you can be a comic and you can be clean. Like, you don't have to say all that dirty, smutty stuff. Like, you know what comic you should try to be like? Bill Cosby. There's a comic who's clean for the whole family." I got a 10-year high school reunion coming up, folks. I have never been more excited. Be like, "How the tables have turned now, Mr. Hernandez." Looks like dick sucking's actually A-okay these days. All right, guys. Seriously, from the bottom of my heart, thanks for letting me do it.
Figure it out.
Okay.
Don't drop it.
There's no right way to put a mic on a stand.
But we have to keep it there.
We gotta get it up and getting it up.
Does anybody here have an issue with their sun also rising? Because there's a medicine here that's here to help. Sorry, I really wanted to squeeze that into mine, but
Did we turn it off again? No, it's still on. It's okay.
You just gotta speak right.
I like how many times people said, "Is this thing
Is
on?"
this thing
today?"
on?
Yeah, it's like.
Hold on.
We need a microphone, but it's nice.
It's like the mic
It's
isn't
backwards.
playing nice.
It's
Maybe-
backwards.
Hang on, what if we put
Yeah,
that
there you go.
there and
There we go. All right.
Well, that's but essentially we got one more or a couple more acts for you guys, but two more acts for you guys. But first we're gonna do. Should we do raffle?
Yeah.
Let's do the raffle at the end.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, to give you got the stream.
All right,
One
guys.
more
Well, then we're just gonna give you that info on that
self-plug.
raffle one more time. It's the Venmo is at Kelsey-Ford. Kelsey spelled Kelsi.
Yeah.
Nothing else. None of this G's and H's in Kelsey for no reason at all. That's none of that nonsense. And it's 4 chances to win. Yada 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 yada.
Blah blah blah.
And her last phone digit numbers are 8547.
Say it with us, everybody.
Yeah.
8547.
And if you say
That's
that
the stupidest thing I've ever done.
No.
I've seen that might be the dumbest thing I've ever
Top
seen you
4.
do in your entire
Yeah,
life.
you see me do a lot of dumb shit.
Anyway, you guys ready for some hot music?
Yeah.
All right. And we got Jason. Jason and Doug at the same time. Doug first.
Doug first.
Doug is first. Guys, Doug is coming to the stage. Everybody, give it up for Doug.
Doug, do you need like a chair?
No.
No? You just need your stand-up magician?
Yeah, Doug's just gonna power.
Magician?
Stand-up
He's a stand-up
Squat.
magician.
He's gonna just.
I'm sorry I said those words at you.
What's the matter you?
He's gonna give a little bit of a. I'm gonna heckle.
I had to cut my last cheek.
Yeah.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite. Really head around. Check everything I need to know.
Now you're gonna probably take your mask off and say you're costume.
I will not.
Fuck that. Yeah, I like that. Safety first.
It's really great. Something that's good about the pandemic is that it's really normalized mask wearing.
Yeah.
I feel like I look cool.
Been waiting for this for a while.
Yeah, it's a great excuse. Which you feel about everything. You're like, yeah, we planned this.
Once in high school. I love high school.
You gonna play one song?
Hell yeah.
You can hear, right? This is, yeah.
Oh yeah, this feels good.
Close enough.
Yeah, you got that last one.
But I had a guitar strapped in my face. I didn't.
Hold that shit, bitch. You got it. Woo! You can sit down. You can sit down.
Yeah.
You know what it is?
You have a chair?
You want to check?
Hinge them up? Yeah, I mean, it's okay. Maybe like a stool.
Maybe
Let's see how this goes.
You want to put one knee up on that tiny ass chair over there? Yeah. Yeah, one of those. Yeah, you want.
You're really dramatic.
Yeah, come on, get this chair up here.
Get this little one. If we
This little ass
enthusiastic about
Yeah,
this.
put that up there. Yeah, put that leg up there.
Yeah!
Hey!
So much more comfortable.
Stop. Stop.
I feel like I need to face the microphone.
Yeah. Look off in the distance.
This song has a bridge I forgot about. So I'm just gonna skip it. Nice recovery.
Oh, wicked.
Hey, that was rad.
Oh shit!
We're back.
Put your leg up on that chair.
Dude, can we like?
Yeah, what do you care? You?
You want some of my lap?
Yeah, I got it, right?
And tell them what you want for Christmas.
Hello,
Santa.
everybody. This is my what's it, not a mannequin, ventriloquist dummy.
Oh shit.
That's how I feel. I don't want to actually do a ventriloquism bit.
No, I don't want to do that. That's very played out. But I like the Santa bit.
Oh, we get that. Yeah.
This is fun. This feels. I'll tell you, your knee feels exactly like the knees that I remember sitting on when I was a child.
I have a very like Santa-like physique. I like to say, you know.
I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
I'm so comfortable.
No, it's a good knee. You know.
It's like I'm just.
And look, I do a lot of biking. I got strong legs. We can do a little bounce if you wanted to.
Oh, you like that too much.
This got weird.
Oh, a little too cozy.
No, nothing weird about that. Nothing weird about a grown man just feeling the joy of
Nothing.
bouncing on Santa's
There's nothing weird about two friends sitting on each other's laps. Okay.
You're not sitting on my lap.
No, I wouldn't want to do that to you. Because I assume you like your kneecaps functioning.
I've been a fan. I got bad ones though, so really it's like that's if I really want them to go, that's what I do.
Yeah, exactly. If
I gotta ask you, what do you want for
If
Christmas?
you want me to shatter your kneecaps, let me know. That's a thing friends do for friends.
True. Anytime you want me to, shatter your kneecaps, I could also do
Well,
that.
you have to get like a bat, I think. My kneecaps are strong.
Well, if I sat hard enough, maybe I could. Alright, should we get
Let's
this?
get the next guy up here.
Alright, well, this has been fun, guys. It is time for Jason to grace the stage. Jason.
Jason.
Yeah.
Oh, wait 1 second. That's our producer.
Oh!
Oh! Everybody say it. Everybody say it.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
get yourself safe and shit.
Oh god, I'm ruining literally everything.
Oh god, what are you doing?
On
Wait, Kelsey, I'm the one who touched it.
What's happening now?
I know, let's go! Okay. Guys, this is Jason.
Yeah, good luck with the mic.
You'll feel the waves of his music.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna play a song. So just what the doctor ordered, a bunch of comedy, then a sad boy song. So here's the first sad boy song. from where I'm from. Yeah, I'm gonna do another short one called Pants.
And I know
That was amazing.
Like that shit. Yeah.
Jason, everybody, that was all the performers tonight.
Yeah, that was all. Are we on?
Yeah,
the mic is on. Cool.
Thank you guys so much for coming tonight. This has been a blast.
That's the show. The show
That's
is
the show.
over.
That's the mic. That's it.
Okay.
Oh, wait. We gotta pull a raffle winner.
Hold on. I want to show
Raffle winners.
Four.
Mix them up. Still good.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was very accurate.
We're gonna
do a little.
give you guys time to write.
So we are going to announce the winners of the raffle.
I guess we're calling it.
Yeah. So don't donate any more money now. It's over. Or what if you do, you're not going in the raffle. You're just giving money to people.
But you can still give us money if you like. You want to Venmo Kelsey? We'll give her
I
details.
got one in my hand. It feels good.
Feels good. Ooh, man.
All right, ready? Ready?
Here it is.
Leo K.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, yeah.
What? No repeats. Leo, that's it for you.
That's
it.
That's all I get.
All right, next up. All right. Shake them up, give them a little.
Here it comes.
And Madeline Wiley.
Wiley.
She's not a person who's here.
Oh, good. To prove that it's real. Sweet. Hell yeah. More. Madeline Wiley. Well done.
Madeline, reach out to Kelsey or something.
You'll get some raffle.
Oh, okay, cool.
We'll get in contact with
Kelsey
everybody.
knows.
We'll talk to you about how it's going to affect your taxes. We're going to deal with the whole thing.
Oh.
I don't know. Should we do this one?
Yeah, do that one.
Oh. Phoebe Olin.
All right, last winner, guys. Last one. Here we go. Jake Ford. Guys, those are your 4 raffle winners tonight.
That's the night. That's the mic. We did it. Everybody, you guys came out. You did it there. You got here. Jenny did lights. Kelsey, everybody thank Kelsey for being the executive producer today. This whole thing is because she said, hey, we should actually do something. Thank you guys. Everybody give it up for the comics. All the comics that got all the first time comics that got a bit of this shit. And yeah, guys.
Oh, you want the backpack? Please take it from me. It's too sparkly for me.
Go out and find the love of your life.
It's all coming up tonight. This week on The Bachelorette. Yeah, thanks guys. Bye. I'm gonna cut the stream.
Yeah, we got it. You got it. Okay.
Thanks, Jenny.
Just dance. Just keep going. Just keep going.
It's a nice place.
Hey! It's a nice place.
What's the matter, you? Gotta no respect. What do you think you do? Why you look so sad? It's not so bad. It's a nicer place.